Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be using some old makeup, some makeup that I use daily, and some new makeup. So the new makeup that we're going to be using is this Crystallize palette from Beaute Bar. It is their newest palette. So we are going to be putting that on my eyes today. We're going to be making a pretty look. The old makeup that I'm going to be using is this Merry Merry Makeup palette by Too Faced. It is this, I got it a couple of years ago. I'm going to be using the bronzer and probably this blush and this highlighter here. It still kind of smells like pine tree, but the smell is kind of going away. But we are going to be using that today. I am going to prime my face. I'm using this that I use every day. I've already kind of primed my face, but I'm using the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer to kind of give my face a little bit of glow. We are going to be doing our makeup for dry skin today. For the dry skin girlies, because it is dry skin season. And I'm going to be out today, so I want to protect my face from the dryness that is out there today. So I'm going to be using my products to protect my face from the dryness that is out there. So we're going to put that on, and we are going to put on my eye primer. Which is just some concealer. For the look, I can tell you the Beaute Bar shadows definitely needing an eye primer of some sort. So I'm going to put that on and let it dry down. I might put some powder on it too, if I can remember to. So, how's everybody doing out there? I think I can say, last week, I think I said I do not have my Christmas done. I can say I do have my Christmas done. I just haven't wrapped everything up yet. Not everything has come in yet. And I need to wrap everything up. Okay, let me check my list here. We are going to be using the Stay Glowy Super Skin Tint Foundation. I've got mine in the shade 7. It is very kind of oily, but I definitely recommend it for dry skin. It is very serumy. That's what I mean by oily. But it does dry down. Well, I mean, it needs to be set down. But I have it in shade 7, which is a good match for me. And this just feels so nice on the skin. It doesn't feel drying at all. Another good recommendation is that Natasha Denona Serum Foundation, the High Glam Foundation. Another good foundation to try is that Makeup Forever Super Boost Skin Tint. But this one is usually on sale at Sephora. And it's a nice skin tint. Isn't too heavy. It's a nice skin tint. Nice, light, not too heavy. Gives you kind of a glowy finish. And then it just looks really nice on the skin. And now for concealer. I got this recommendation, and then I'm going to pass it on to you. It is the Tower 28 concealer for dry skin, for if you have dry skin. It is the only concealer I found for when it is really dry outside in the winter months. Now, usually I use the Merit Minimalist concealer, like during the hot months, during the hot sweaty months. But that was just too drying on my skin. Once it started getting colder. And it also could be because I'm over 50 now. Well, I am 50. That my skin is just getting drier. It's just a natural part of life. But leave any recommendations you might have for a good concealer down below for dry skin, if you have any. That concealer I used last week, this KVD, no, it's not good. It's not good for dry skin, especially older skin or in the wintertime skin. If you have dry skin, that is. Okay, I'm going to sit and let this soak in for a minute because I'm about to put powder on it, but I need to let it soak in for a little bit. So I'm going to sit here and gather up my makeup and just let it soak in for a minute. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to set my skin with this powder that I have been going back and forth on whether I like or not. But I've decided that I do like it. It is the Kosas Cloud Set Loose Setting Powder in the shade Candy. And what I'm going to do is put some on my brush and set it in. And gently just press it in through the skin. this shade does brighten up my skin. Give me a little pinkness to my skin. I'm gonna take it on a little poof and press it into my skin, press it into my hand, and work it under my eye. I think it's looking good. Let me just put some up here. To set that powder, to set that concealer up there. Okay, and it's just that, and we've got the first layer of the base products going. So let's do some complexion. Let's do some complexion products. Some more complexion products. Let us take that Mary Mary makeup palette. Well, first let's do my brows. And that is very simple. It is just the same thing that I always use, which is the Urban Decay Big Bush Brows. Let's just get this out of the way. I'm just running the brow tint through my eyes. I'm not expecting any deliveries today, I don't think. I could be wrong. Of stuff. I got a lot of deliveries yesterday. Come in. And then I'm just using the Sephora Collection Clear Brow Gel. Just like that. I need to get these puppies waxed. I'll probably do that next Tuesday when I get my nails done for my vacation. Okay, so I've got this done. It looks very stark. Very stark. So let's put some color onto the skin. So I'm going to take this Mary Mary makeup palette and I'm going to use this, which is called Wish List. I'm going to take this bronzer here. And I'm going to take this big brush here. And work it into my skin. I don't work with powder bronzer a whole lot. But I remember liking this bronzer. I do like it. It's kind of got a rosiness to it, which I like. like I said, this was their holiday palette. Like, not last year, but I think the year before that. 2023. Okay, that looks pretty good. Pretty standard bronzer. I'm gonna take this blush called Oh What Fun, and we're gonna work it in. I think I remember really liking the highlighter from this palette. Blush could be more pigmented. But it's pretty good. Actually, now that I'm looking in the monitor, it is very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. Okay, let's put on that highlighter. The highlighter is called Making Spirits Bright. Ah, yes, I do like this highlighter. That was a nice highlighter. I do love a shiny, shiny highlighter. Wait, where did my highlighter brush go? I'm not finished with you. Okay, now we look a little more colorful. Not quite as stark white. So, we're going to put this aside. Put this aside here. And I'm going to take my powder melt setting spray. From one side and put that on to get a more glowy to make my base more glowy. And I'm just going to put on for lip gloss this Huda Beauty Faux Filter lip gloss in Bombshell. And of course, every time I put on my lipstick, I want to take a drink from whatever drink I brought. And it is my Diet Sprite, or my Sprite Zero. It's just always happens to be that way. Okay. We have got this done. I'm going to let this dry down some. I'm going to go put on my wig, and I will be right back. Okay, so we are going to use this Crystallize palette, and I'm going to use these shades right here. We are going to use Rose Quartz. This is, I can't really read it, but it is something Jasper, I think. Then we have Ice Quartz, right here, and then we have amethyst right here. So we are going to use those 4 shades. I want to use the more colorful shades, but I am going out, so I want to use something a little more wearable right now. So we are going to show you a more wearable look with this palette. Not that I wouldn't wear wearable looks, but we're just going to do like a daytime, everyday daytime look with this palette. So we are going to go into that amethyst color. And this is pretty purple. This pretty purple look. Shade, and this pretty purple shade. Oh, that is pretty. And that is a beautiful color. That went on so well, so very good. Not too pigmented, not too light. And when we're going into that rose quartz color here, I was thinking this palette reminds me a little bit of the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Don't you think? I still have that palette. Oh, wow. You know, I'm not really into pastels that much, but these are beautiful. I do love a pink and purple. And this just went on seamlessly without having to pack it on. So that is what we have going on there. And then I'm going to take this. I wish I could read that. The only problem is I can't really read these names very well. It is something Jasper. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Not too pigmented either. I will be doing a get ready with me for work with this palette in a few weeks. And we will do some different shades from this palette. Maybe we will use these teal looks. Oh my goodness. Sorry about my white balance always going off. That is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take that Jasper color and bring it under in the lower lash line. Just cleaning this up a little bit. Okay, we need a shimmer. We need a shimmer, and I'm going to try using a brush this time. I'm going to use that ice quartz. And I'm going to see what it's like to use a brush with this. That is nice, but it's just not the opacity that I'm looking for with my when I use my finger. So that's what it looks like. Again with the white balance. See that when I use my finger. That is amazing. Of course, I could wet my brush, but I still think that using your fingers is going to get you the best look. And it depends on what kind of look you're going for, too. Tell me that isn't amazing on the eyes. Okay. Love, love, love this palette. I'm going to go off. I'm going to go put some eyeliner on. I'm going to put my mascara on. I'm going to clean my brushes. And I will be right back with the final look. Okay, and here is how the final look turned out. I think it turned out very pretty. Very nice. Very light. Very pretty. Let me know what you think down below. Very crystallized. And the rest of the face turned out very well. Very nice as well. Let me know what you think of the final Get Ready With Me. This is the look. I thought I had left one of those little things on the top of there, but no, that is actually the color. In fact, let us put that color. It is called Moissanite. Is that what it's called? Something like that. In the inner corner. I used to know all my stones because I used to make jewelry. I used to make and sell jewelry at little craft fairs and stuff. So there goes my white balance again. There is the look. So did I clean my brushes? No, I was too busy. I was too busy putting on mascara. So I will finish cleaning my brushes here in a minute, but go ahead and hit that like button, please. If you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Just do all the YouTube things, share with your friends, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. And I am sending you out all of those good vibes. Please and thank you. And thank you for watching this video all the way through, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye.